In this lecture, we are going to get started with Vite. Vite is going to bring everything together. It's one of the newest packages to enter the JavaScript ecosystem. Despite that, it's already gained a considerable following. Hundreds of thousands of developers are integrating Vite into their workflow. So, what is Vite? Vite is a module bundler for applications. During the development process of your app, you're going to be creating dozens of files. They can range from JavaScript files to images. Once you're ready to push an app into production, you may want to optimize, compress, and minify your codebase. For example, let's say you had 20 JavaScript files in a project. As we know, it's considered good practice to split your code into separate files for manageability, but the user shouldn't be forced to download dozens of files. Ideally, they should download as few files as possible. That's what Vite is for. It'll compact your project into as few files as possible. However, it can do so much more. Vite is not the only tool that accomplishes this task. If you do your research, you may come across other module bundlers such as Webpack, Parcel, Snowpack, or Rollup. Currently, Webpack is considered the industry standard. So, why are we going to use Vite? Performance is highly critical for development. Webpack is starting to show its age. As your project grows, bundling a project can take longer. Makes sense, right? Bundling hundreds of files can take a while. Unfortunately, most tools struggle with bundling large projects. Vite does not have this problem. You can always expect a project to bundle within seconds. Another advantage of Vite is its immense support for third-party libraries. A lot of bundling tools focus on JavaScript. Support for images, CSS, or other file types requires plugins. It's up to developers to add support for different types of files. Out of the box, Vite supports the most popular tools for front-end development, from TypeScript to Sass. This feature allows developers to focus on their projects rather than configuring a set of tools. This leads me to my next point. You may need a specific tool to be supported in your project. If Vite does not support it out of the box, that's perfectly fine. Vite is easily extendable. You can add support for other tools by updating the default configuration. In my opinion, configuring Vite is easier than configuring other tools. For these reasons, Vite is gaining traction among the community. It wouldn't surprise me if it became an industry standard within the next few years. Best of all, the creator of Vite is the creator of Vue. Both packages are easy to integrate together. Let's try creating a project with Vite. This process is straightforward. It's not recommended to create a project from scratch. Instead, the Vite package has a tool for quickly scaffolding a project. In your editor, open the command line. I highly recommend pointing your editor in an empty directory. We do not want the files generated by Vite to conflict with existing files. Inside the command line, type the following command: npm create vite at latest. The npm create command will initialize a package's executable. After this command, we must provide the name of the package. In this case, we're trying to run the Vite package. Let's run the command. After doing so, npm may ask us to confirm our decision to run this command. It can be dangerous to execute a package straight away. We can safely run this package. Let's proceed with the installation. Up next, Vite will ask us a few questions about our project. Firstly, it'll ask us for the project name. You can freely change the name. For our example, let's stick with the default name. After setting a name, we can select a framework. Vite is compatible with most JavaScript frameworks. It's not a tool exclusive to Vue. Even though we're learning Vue, we're not going to select it from the list. Instead, let's stick with the vanilla option. The reason is simple. The main objective of this section is to focus on Vite, not Vue. After we have a good understanding of Vite, we'll look into integrating both packages. The vanilla option will create a project with plain JavaScript. No frameworks will be installed. We have the option of using TypeScript. However, I think plain JavaScript works best. After selecting our options, A new directory has been created with the same name as our project. In addition, the Vite package will provide a list of additional commands to run. Let's move into the directory with the cd command. Next, let's install the packages with the npm install command. This process may take a while. Once the packages are finished installing, let's talk about the files and directories in the next lecture. I'll see you there.